The story you don't know. And this is Chewy Gamer here, and joined by
Fatix0123 LolXD.
So this is a new thing that we're going to be doing. I think on his channel, we'll be converting a lot of stuff, so all the kid games and stuff can be on his channel, and then for all those adult and teenagers that finally want to know the story, they can want to come check this out. But if you want, you can check out my other videos. I might open up a new channel on my account that I do gaming videos on, but right now my main channel is doing Five Nights at Freddy's, because recently Sister Location got announced on iOS and all sorts, and so it's been pretty big. So let's just get into this.
Except I don't really like how there's not the TV cutscenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So BatX01234LolXD will be helping me uncover the secrets. So we've been joining a lot of theories. So Game Theory, 8-Bit Gaming, Antimatronic, all of their videos have helped incorporate this theory. But yeah, other than that, let's get into it. The story you don't know. So, once upon a time, there were two animatronics. Spring Bonnie, it's not Springtrap yet, and Fredbear. So, they used to run a place, alright? But then some strange events happened there, and it was forced to close.
Some people say the owner's name is Fred.
Yeah. So, they were forced to close down. So, is there anything you want to say about the closing down?
Yeah. So, in the evening, there was a child, which we probably know. It's the Fnaf Theory child.
No, it's actually a different one.
Oh, it is. It's a different one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, it's later in the slides.
well, there's a different child. And then so it's not the Fnaf Theory child actually. So the place shuts down.
Yeah. So this is when the Aftons kick in. So after this event, the Aftons see fit that they should own this place. So they reinvented Fredbear's Family Diner, and they reinvented the animatronics Fredbear and Spring Bonnie, also introducing 4 new animatronics: Foxy, Bonnie, Chica, and Freddy, joined by Fredbear. But while Fredbear is doing this, Spring Bonnie is doing other things.
They even got a new TV show.
Yeah.
Fredbear and Friends.
And it says 1983.
Yep.
So it was since 1983, which means that's how long the show and the diner has been running. So right now it's 1987, as I would have guessed, because of the next event. So they also reintroduced these guys. So these guys are
Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica,
as well as their favorite, the Afton's favorite, Foxy. So Foxy took the role of Mike Aftons. And they also introduced the
plushies.
Yeah, so now
and minifigures.
Yeah, and now Fredbear's Family Diner has merchandise. So right at the time, Fredbear's Family Diner was the new big thing, and William Afton saw to it. So the kid is so bothered that his friends are the plushies, and his other friend is Fredbear and friends. So this kid is indicating Fredbear. So yeah. The next scene is
his William Afton basically
he's stuffing a guy into the spring Bonnie suit.
Yup. Because I don't know.
Maybe William Afton was a crippled man. Crippled in the mind. He was very evil. But at the time, he was known as Purple Man.
Yes.
Except,
or Purple Guy, whichever one.
Except, something will happen later. So what happens is Purple Man starts getting so mad that he starts going a lighter color. He becomes pink. That's how bad William Afton is. So as you can see here, that's Fredbear.
Pink is evil? Ooh. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, so this is Fredbear here. And he sees the child. And this is actually one of William's friends. So
it's
now...
Henry, maybe.
It's Henry, yes.
Yeah, Henry.
From the book. So, Silver Eyes has a pretty big connection to the Aftons family. And so we've also gotten quite a lot of information from that too. So yeah, let's move on. And here they are. The child's birthday. And of course, his older brother, Michael Afton, is Foxy. And then his friends here, Freddie, Chica, and Bonnie. And they see fit to terrorize his younger brother and do this.
Shame on you, Michael.
Yeah. So now they decide to get him closer to
Fredbear. And
they pretty much put him right up to the mouth, and the tears make Fredbear's mouth crush on him.
And
so that's a terrible story on what happened to the kid, and something happens worse next. Just say it. Say it.
And something happens bad after this.
So the robots were scrapped on the evening of a birthday of a child. There was a fatal accident. They were disarmed and discarded. Yeah. And this was... You can say your things too, Bad Axe.
Okay. So this was the bite of 87. Just saying, if Bone Guest lost his frontal lobe, it looks like his entire head is smushed right there.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So maybe Phone Guy was saying, as it was... Phone Guy was saying it as if it wasn't a big deal, and he thought it was just his frontal lobe.
Yep.
If frontal lobes are the front of your brain, so you would have short-term memory loss if you lost that.
Yep.
But yeah, it closes its doors. And now the kid starts having nightmares.
Yup. He remembers it all over again. So basically, it's all something. It's all a big deja vu.
Mm-hmm. And she's over-exaggerating his friends. So because his friends were wearing those masks, he thinks that his friends are actually these. So his scariest one is Foxy. And each of them have a personality of themselves. So they all scare him. But the worst of them is Foxy. And during those events, he starts having
Foxy has a
dreams.
huge tongue.
So at the moment, he's actually at a hospital.
Yep. So basically what's happening here, is that, at night, these guys would always come, these nightmare animatronics, and try and scare him. Yep. And also, in, the bedroom, which we think is a bedroom, is actually, like, a half hospital, half bedroom kind of thing.
Why is that?
Maybe it's because this stuff all day it's because I think this because all of this before he was bit, all of this when he was in his bedroom, he would like think that he's still in his bedroom, so he would make it like but he's at the hospital at the moment.
Exactly.
So,
but there's actually an easier way to figure that out. When the child turns around to look at his Freddy plushie and check for the freckles, on some nights you can see a pink vase with flowers in it. Normally those pink vases are what encounters you when you're in the hospital. And then sometimes you'll even see a gas bag or one of those things that are hooked up to the wall in which the patients
and you could also see like a pill thing.
Yeah, so a medical kit too. So that's how you can also know that it's
and of course fan.
Mm-hmm.
Which in every single game we've encountered there was a fan, even in Sister Location in the elevator.
Yeah. So let's move on to the next one. So he's starting to have dreams of his sister, the green-eyed girl. And as you can see, he's over-exaggerating his killer.
How'd he do that?
Why do you look so worried? See you at the party. Ha, 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 ha.
She's the Joker.
Why are you crying? Don't you like my toy collection? And actually, he's actually seen this girl once. And the reason why is because she came to his hospital room and gave him one of these. And we'll talk about these guys later. And now he starts having dreams of his killer, as well as the thing that possessed it to kill him. Fredbear and Nightmare. Completely over-exaggerated.
Yep.
And now he's having dreams of his enemies. And you'll see this little guy here again.
Another.
So during all that, William Afton is corrupt. He's so mad, he's so sad about what happened. So what happened now is he builds these animatronics, the only way of living for his kids. And there's actually something here.
He doesn't really build them because in the book Silver Eyes, he actually steals the construction manuals of Henry.
Mm-hmm. So he builds Ballora, Baby, Funtime Foxy, and Funtime Freddy in a new place called Circus Baby's Pizza World, where anger grows restless and hatred is feared. So this is a scene of what I was talking about. This is actually why Fredbear, the first one, shut down. It's because this kid, the crying child that Bad X-Zero was talking about, gets killed by none other than William Afton.
AKA
the Pink Man. And now he's became pink. He's not purple anymore. The purpleness passed on to somebody else. But the animatronics started getting fearful, scary, and evil. That it ate, or you could say scooped, or hooked, whatever that is, William Afton's only daughter. And that was a dreadful thing for him. But there's this thing that happened. A very strange thing that William knew would happen. If you go back, so Baby actually had blue eyes before any of this happened. But when she ate the green-eyed girl, her eyes turned green. And only two possessed ones are Funtime Foxy and Baby. The reason why is because Funtime Foxy is the escapist. Funtime Foxy is the kid in Fnaf 4. Baby is the girl in Fnaf 4. So that leads to the possessment of the sister location of Fredbear's Family Diner.
Then what was once supposed to be a happy new copycat restaurant of FNAF turned shut down, so now it became a secret place underground.
And during these events, the boy in FNAF is also having dreams. And this is the biggest one of all. Can you hear me? I don't know if you can hear me. I'm sorry. I will put you back together. And the least likely person of the person that people thought to be saying this is Golden Freddy or Fredbear. But if you look here, you can see these guys. These are actually the reason why Foxy doesn't have his head is because the child imagines it that he doesn't have a head. Because this is his older brother. He wished that his older brother was dead, so he imagined that he didn't have a head. But his older brother is actually talking. Can you hear me? I don't know if you can hear me. I'm sorry. I will put you back together. In a way called Funtime Foxy. Experiment William Afton. So at the moment, Michael's grown up. And now you can see this guy again. That ugly lamp. The way that he remembers his little brother. So this is his humble house. Watching Carl and, I forgot.
Dracula Man?
What is it?
I don't know.
I forgot her name. But yeah.
And also we're really sad that we didn't get to see the ending of this thing.
Mm-hmm. Clara and Drac.
Yeah.
So now something strange happens. He goes to the sister location and needs to find his two younger siblings. And he ends up getting scooped by none other than a creation of his younger sisters. The only creation that William actually knew about. And this creation is Ennard.
Dun dun dun.
The arrangement of parts from all of the animatronics. And he's the one that ends up scooping you.
And you should also
He scoops
say
you.
the Ennard vaccine thing.
No. That's creepy. But this is the creepiest part of this. Ennard scoops you. And, well, it's hard to say this, but he he goes into your body pretty much. And that's really all. So the beginning of this, Michael Afton now becomes Purple Man. And that Purple Man is now Michael, sorry. So Michael is possessed. Again! He's being possessed by Ennard. So, yeah. But now I'm going to go show you a few cutscenes that I found on the internet. So if you go over here, so YouTube, and then, so there's 4 endings to this location. One of them is, well, he escapes, of course. And he goes back to his house for Ennard to come get him.
Oh, Lego system.
The second one is he gets scooped, like I just showed you. And then the third, and very hard one to get, is Golden Freddy modes. So each time he gets, well, damper and scarier each time. And so when this happens, he starts becoming gross, eventually until Ennard possesses him. And then he ends up spitting out Ennard. He spits out Ennard. And, well, the scariest thing is then he spits out Ennard, and all of the animatronics go into the sewers. And now they're free. Which leads me to the newest thing. The final cutscene.
Father, it's me, Michael. I did it. I found it.
Here, I'll read
It was
it.
right. Father, it's me, Michael. I did it. I found it. It was right where you said it would be. They were all there. They didn't recognize me at first, but then they thought I was you. And I found her. I put her back together, just like you asked me to. She's free now. But something is wrong with me. I should be dead, but I'm not. I've been living in shadows. There is only one thing left for me to do now. I'm going to come find you. I'm going to come find you.
And there he was. Check this out.
They didn't recognize me at first, but then they thought I was you. And I found her. I put her back together, just like you asked me to. She's free now. But something is wrong with me. I should be dead, but I'm not. I've been living in shadows. There is only one thing left for me to do now.
Look at
I'm
this.
going to come find you. I'm going to come find you.
Yeah. So, that actually indicates 2 things. Something happened during all this. So, meanwhile, all of this was happening. something else happened. The
Yup,
events of
something really happened.
all that leads to a new opening, the grand reopening of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, which introduces the toys. And now Purple Man is an evil ghost.
And they're also selling more toys.
And he's actually not
plushies.
really ghosts, but Purple Man is doing something for his father. He's trying to clear up all the evidence of his father, but also at the same time free the spirits that his father killed. So meanwhile, he goes to work at the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 place and introduces this little new office. It's pretty nice, actually, but once you get to know what the real terrors are, it won't be so nice. So, right now, Purple Man is possessing his own corpse, so he smells very bad. But because of all the events that have happened, they have made it so these toy animatronics have facial recognitions. So none of these guys are possessed. None of them at all. But they are just curious. They want to test out their ability on you. Except it isn't very nice on what they see. They see you clearing up. They see you hiding evidence. And they even think that you're the one who killed all the children. But meanwhile, they've hidden all of those suits that were in the last ones, if you remember. And those suits were, well, none other than the withered animatronics. And that was Bonnie, Freddy, Chica, as well as Foxy. But they were all ripped up. They were originally going to be repaired until they found the corpse in them, and they just let them to rot. And decay. So, after those incidents, you have to stay and watch for a couple of nights. 7 nights, actually. One of them is a custom night. So, there are a lot. But before those guys awake, there's a death minigame. And the spirit of the puppet comes. Remember that little kid that got murdered by Pink Man? Well, he's back, and he's bringing back those spirits. So each one is brought back. That's why the withered animatronics are back, too. So, what? So, I don't really know what. There are a few Easter eggs that maybe Bad X Zero could talk to you about. And those Easter eggs are Shadow Freddy and Shadow Bonnie. So maybe you can give a little backstory on those guys.
Well, in Fnaf Theory, the phone guy tells us that before there were 2 spring lock failures in the very Fredbear's Family Pizza, the same location where the bite of 87 happened. There were 2 spring lock failures with employees dressed up in them, but then the bodies were taken out, and it was those people were died in the spring Bonnie suit and the spring and the Fredbear suit. But since they were taken out, they couldn't possess them, so they had to just be shadows.
So that's the backstory on those guys, in case you guys didn't know that. But now something terrible happens. One of the animatronics bites security worker, or you. So you get a new paycheck.
Who gets bite?
And
Jeremy Fitzgerald.
But because your name's so high in the thing, you have to make up your own name, right? But you get a ticket, $100 out of 50 and 100. So this wasn't very good, but it was a pretty big money loan at the time. But yeah. So the next one, they reopen once again. And they bring back those famous few characters. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. Except leaving those spring animatronics completely in the dust. Except for one. One that Funtime Foxy goes to haunt. Golden Freddy. And he's the guy, the child, that doesn't like spring locks. So anyone who tries wearing it will get immediately crushed by the spring locks. And this is pretty bad. So anyone who wears them will die. That is why those people, Shadow Freddy and Shadow Bonnie, those people that wore those ones, end up dying because of the crying child. So no one can wear these spring lock ones anymore. As well as he's also possessed by the child. But once again, you have to spend your night at this new pizzeria and watching the cameras. But these animatronics aren't what they seem. They reawake and they think that you're Michael Afton. I mean William Afton. You are Michael Afton, sorry. And so all the spirits start attacking you. So the spirits move from the withered animatronics to the new ones. And these new ones are very dangerous, very creepy. Although they do sort of like it. But then you realize, well, maybe because the spirits are reawaked, that, well, I should tamper with them. And that's exactly what you end up doing. You tamper with the animatronics. And, well, you tamper with them so much that you actually dismantle them. But by that, you're actually freeing them as well. So, what happens is, I don't know if I can find the picture. I'll search for it. Okay, found it. Okay, but so yeah. And what happens is you get fired for tampering with animatronics on your 7th night. So they give you the paycheck. And they give you the paycheck, except there's another paycheck. There's another one, if I can find it. But then, before that, so that was on your 5th night. But then, on the last night, you're fired. And the reason is tampering with the animatronics. General unprofessionalism and odor. Odor. What could possibly have odor? Why would he have odor? And maybe you can tell that, Baddock Zero.
Cause the person we play as is Michael Afton, aka the guy who was scooped.
And if you realized if he was scooped, if you heard what I told you earlier, Ennard came out. But Purple Man had to possess his rotting corpse. So that's why he smells. That's why he's purple. That's why all of the ghosts are purple.
Yup.
So after this, he goes into the safety room, expecting to run away. But recently, like I said, he freed those kids, and the kids thought that he was William. And they forced him into the spring Bonnie suit.
Maybe if he just stayed there, he might have not even been killed by them.
He forced them
they're,
into the
because they're ghosts.
They are. You're right.
So,
but he went in there anyways, and he died from only one reason: dysentery. I'm just joking, but he actually died from Golden Freddy. Remember what I said? Golden Freddy dislocks the spring locks. Sounds a little bit strange, but what happens is Purple Man is now stuck inside of the spring Bonnie suit. And now he's possessing one of the suits of his own. And, well, that's pretty bad. But, yeah. Now, a new place opens up. That Five Nights at Freddy's place is now gone. But basically what happens is they reopen that place. They break some rooms up, they destroy some things, they make it more like a square, and that turns it into the new Fazbear's Fright. And this time, it's not the person you think. It's not the person that you think is the night guard. The night guard in this is none other than William Afton. The reason why he said, I'll show you why. So, yeah. But, Springtrap. William Afton's son, Michael Afton, is now Springtrap, and is the only one that can kill him. So, Springtrap was in the first place for 30 years until it opened up, which left him to become this hunk of junk, this evil, rotting corpse. This is what becomes of someone that the spring locks fail. So, each night you have to survive this creepy thing by turning off, trying to fix the ventilation, the audio, and the video system. And by doing that, you're saving yourself from Springtrap. But then, the phantoms, the ghosts, figure out because of Springtrap. Springtrap tells them. And the reason why he tells them is because he makes friends with the only one that you don't see in this game. And can you tell me who that is? TMPP?
Bonnie!
Exactly. Bonnie also haunts Springtrap. That's why you don't see him in the Fnaf 3 game. And I bet you guys didn't know it, but TMP's here. TMPP's here too. Yeah, so we didn't really tell you guys yet, but yeah, he's here too. So are you guys eating candy canes? Oh.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah. So then basically what happens here is eventually William Afton dies. Springtrap gets his revenge. The children are now free. And if you don't die in this, if somehow you survive, you will unlock this, the good ending. this is the good ending in one way, because there's no white shining out of the eyes. The reason why there was white shining out of the eyes in the other one is because the spirits are still there. And you also see Golden Freddy, who's right there.
I think it's kind of good that
So now the spirits are free, including Bonnie, who is possessing you as well. But now let's rewatch that cutscene. So,
this is after the place burns down.
if we replay this cutscene, you'll see something, and you'll understand the whole cutscene. This whole cutscene. The final cutscene. Here it is. And now, you'll understand it.
Father, it's me, Michael. I did it. I found it. It was right where you said it would be. They were all there. They didn't recognize me at first, but then they thought I was you. And I found her. I put her back together, just like you asked me to. She's free now. But something is wrong with me. I should be dead, but I'm not. I've been living in shadows. There is only one thing left for me to do now. I'm going to come find you. I'm going to come find you.
Alright. So I hope you guys understood that.
They
Because
didn't.
the whole point of that is this is before Fnaf 3 happens. Springtrap figures out that his father is coming to the Fnaf, the Fredbear's Fright, and is working there. So he has an opportunity to find him and kill him. And he's just given a summary on what he's done. He freed Baby. He freed his younger brother when Ennard came out and went into the sewers. He also freed all the children too at the end of the game. And the reason why he was in the Spring Bonnie suit is because they thought Michael was William. So that's what that whole point was. And that's why he went like, because he was actually mad. So that whole thing is revenge. The whole point of it is revenge. That summary in FNAF Sister Locations trailer wasn't just for Sister Location. It was for the whole thing. It was Purple Man's revenge on none other than his own father. And finally, they're free. They're happy. And he didn't have anything left to do. So he freed himself too. He died finally. And he lived up there with his new friends, his siblings, and all those children that got murdered. So finally, the happy ending of this long game that happened. And that was the timeline of this entire thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. Stay tuned for more of these. Make sure to like this video so it'll show that you want to see more of this. If you want, you can comment on it too. Also subscribe to TMPP's channel and BadX01234's, because they are very good YouTubers too. So, see you later, and peace out, guys. Bye-bye. Hey, Bad X Zero, do you have a catchphrase that you want to say at the end?
Oh yeah, people, stay lawless!